Hey friends, what's up? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. A little while back, I was reading an article that was talking about AI and how much better it's getting. And specifically, it mentioned ChatGPT 01 preview, which is like, as of right now, apparently one of the best of the AIs that we have access to chat with. And that got me thinking, I wonder what this new, most intelligent AI would think about the top 25 most popular fragrances. Where would it rank those out? And would you or I agree with it? So that's what we're doing today. I've got the top 25 most popular men's fragrances ranked from best to worst, according to the smartest AI. We'll see how its fragrance knowledge is. I'll have the rankings listed in the description along with links in case you want to check those out down there. And the way that I got this top 25 is I went to Fragrantica and I searched for men's fragrances all time, the top 25 most popular. I pulled those and I popped it into ChatGPT. And I told it to rank them from best to worst, taking into account a few different things. The versatility of the fragrance, the impact that the fragrance had upon release, the originality of the fragrance upon release, the popularity of the fragrance itself, and also the compliment factor. So those 5 things. And again, remember, I said impact and originality upon release. So that means if it got copied 52,000s after the fact, that doesn't really have any effect on this ranking, or it shouldn't. I asked it to take into account what a consumer might get for the price point that they're having to pay. And I told it not to take any fragrance and weigh it as more superior or better just because it's older. So basically, don't take something that's a newer release and automatically throw it to the bottom of the list because it's newer and say, well, you know, it's new, so it's not had as much time to have an impact, because this is supposed to be impact upon release. Okay, all that out of the way, let's get started. The fragrance that was ranked as number 25, the worst of the top 25 most popular, Eros Flame. The explanation given was that this is a flanker of Eros that has not been well received. Less impactful with a lower compliment factor, it doesn't offer as much value compared to the others on the list. And I can kind of get where it's coming from, not that I necessarily agree. Does Eros Flame sell as well as the normal Eros fragrances? It doesn't. So in that aspect, you could say it's less well received. Less impactful, yeah, I could see that as well, because this came out as its own flanker, but then has there been anything since then? No. And has Eros Flame spawned off other fragrances that smell similar to Eros Flame? No. So impact-wise, not a huge one. Lower compliment factor, I don't know about that. Would I personally rank this as worst of the top 25? Absolutely not. But this is where it got ranked by our super smart robot overlords. Before we hop to the next fragrance, guys, here are some codes you can use to save yourself some money across different websites. JOMASHOP codes only work on the app, so be aware of that. Use those codes to save yourself some money. Max Aroma, those codes, the 20% sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Depends on the brand, so try that one first. If it doesn't work, try the 10. Then we got Twisted Lily, Frag Flex, the perfume box, and other codes as well to save yourselves some money. Number 24, the second worst, Nautica Voyage. The explanation given is that this is an extremely affordable, fresh aquatic scent, versatile for casual wear, but lacks uniqueness and longevity compared to higher ranked fragrances. And that's fair enough, right? I mean, Nautica Voyage, it's a cheap fragrance. It's a good, cheap fragrance. But for a lot of people out there, I could see them taking a look at this list, and most people are probably gonna rank it toward the bottom. Sorry, Voyage. And you guys are gonna have to let me know if you agree how it ranked this stuff out for the most part, or if you don't. I would imagine most people are gonna say they don't, but we'll get to that. Number 23, Lattafa's Assad. Explanation: offers a rich scent at an affordable price, less known, but provides good value and decent performance, appealing to those exploring Middle Eastern fragrances. I don't know that that's really a great explanation for why you ranked it 23rd out of 25, but that's the explanation it gave. Less known, Yeah, less known to like your average person for sure. Like if you go up to somebody and say, hey, do you know Christian Dior? They're gonna go, oh yeah, I know Christian Dior, right? Sauvage Elixir. If you say, do you know Lattafa? Most people who don't know really a lot about fragrances are gonna go, nah. So that makes sense. For me, I'm not sure I would rank this in the top 25, but it'd probably be more toward the bottom, considering just it is a cologne fragrance. And a lot of the ones that are in here are heavy hitters, but it's still darn good. Darn good, darn tootin'. Number 22 is Offnon's 9 PM. So another cologne fragrance. An affordable sweet scent inspired by Ultramall. Good performance and value, making it a popular choice for budget-conscious consumers. So nothing there says, it's toward the bottom because of this reason. My assumption is that it's because of its status as being a cologne, as best as I can tell. It is, though, everything that it said, very popular, similar to Ultramall, sweet. And so for people who are really into cologne fragrances, I would imagine they would have these moved higher up the list, most likely. Number 21 is Versace's Pour Homme. That's kind of painful for me to see because I do love that fragrance so much. And it has had a decent impact, I feel like. It's lasts for a long time, it sells very well, even to this day, sells very well. And it has some other fragrances that smell similar to it. So, it's made an impact, I feel like. Also, good bang for your buck. Here's the explanation. A classic, fresh scent that is versatile and easy to wear. While not groundbreaking, it offers reliability and good value. I think it's just trying to be very positive. It's like, oh, it's very reliable. It's a great value. It's this, it's that. By the way, get your down there to 21st place. So Versace Pour Homme, 21st. We have made it to the top 20. And coming in at 20th, Jazz Club. A niche, boozy fragrance with a unique scent profile. High quality, but less mass appealing. Suitable for those seeking something different. And by and large, that makes sense. It's not gonna be super similar to a lot of the fragrances that we talk about here today in the top 25. It does have a more unique scent profile, boozy, a little tobacco-y. And honestly, it is kind of difficult to take 25 fragrances and rank them out. Like even myself, I would have to sit here and do this forever. Like there'd be a lot of mixing and moving here and there before I settled on anything. So I can't say for sure that it wouldn't be down toward this end, but I don't know. You think 20th? Let me know. Number 19, Armani, Stronger With You Intensely. By the way, that top 25 has been TikToked up. There have been a lot of changes in the top 25 of most popular fragrances. Basically, after TikTok discovered that Jean Paul Gaultier exists, all of those fragrances just like jettisoned up toward the top as far as the most popular fragrances go. And this was one of those that also did the same. Warm and sweet, ideal for cooler weather, good performance, but less versatile, catering to those who prefer gourmand scents. Definitely has good performance, less versatile. I'm not as sure on that one. As long as it's like later into fall and winter, you can wear it most anywhere. But to be fair, they did say that it was better for cooler scents, and they got that. But that is where Stronger With You Intensely finds itself. On to 18, which is Eros Eau de Toilette. Just no love for Eros. Like, I don't know. AI just is not digging these. Popular clubbing scent with sweet and minty notes, high compliment factor, but less versatile due to its boldness. Good performance at a reasonable price. And I don't actually agree with that. The whole less versatility, clubbing scent. I've talked about this before. Does Eros make a pretty good clubbing fragrance? Yeah, it does. But you can use that for all kinds of things. I wore that to the office a bunch back in the day, and it worked really well. Just don't spray it on as much. The fragrance itself is a compliment getter, as is said by AI. And compliment getters, by their nature most of the time, are pretty versatile because people like them enough to compliment them, which means you can wear them lots of different places as long as you know where you're going, what you're doing, and how much you should spray. So I don't know about this one. I think the impact it's had is big. It has lasted a long time as a best-selling fragrance. I'd probably have that higher up. And I'd probably have this one higher up too. Number 17, Le Beau Le Parfum. I love that stuff. Last year, it's my most complimented fragrance. I've worn it a bunch over the past year and a half or so. Just works really well for me. A modern, seductive scent with good performance, offers originality and value, making it stand out among newer releases. But 17th. To be fair, there are a lot of big fragrances above this one. And, you know, to an extent, I'm gonna have a bias because it's gotten me a lot of attention, positive attention. It's worked very well for me. So, you know, in my own mind, I'm gonna be like, well, that worked so well, you know, bump it up a little bit, right? But this is where it falls today. Number 16th is Ultramont, another Jean Paul Gaultier. Sweet and youthful with a high compliment factor, especially among younger crowds. Less versatile due to its sweetness, but offers strong performance. So it feels a lot like what was said about Eros. You know, oh, good performance, good compliment factor, good this, good that. But not as versatile. Slot that further down. So another Jean Paul Gaultier right there. Number 15, Club de Nuit Intense Man from Armaf. And this one would be tricky to rank just because of how big it's been. You know, that is a massive release. So do you move it higher up the list because of how big of a release it is? Or do you move it down the list because it's a clone of Aventus or inspired by Aventus? ChatGPT says, known for its similarity to Aventus, it provides excellent performance at a fraction of the cost, high compliment factor, and strong impact in the budget fragrance market. And all of that's true. Yeah, strong impact in the budget fragrance market. I guess we're talking clones, right? That has made an impact because everybody basically said, look at Club de Nuit Intense Man, we have to have our own Aventus style fragrance. But of course you could throw that to Aventus as well, how much of an impact that's had. But those are the reasons it falls in 15th. And now 14th, Explorer. Kind of funny. An affordable alternative to Aventus with a similar scent profile, versatile, and offers good value for money, making it popular among consumers. So it's almost like they went, okay, Aventus, we'll put the clone here and then we'll put the designer right ahead of it. Now, to my own taste, I couldn't put Explorer above Eros, just because I think as far as impact and everything like that, this is a much bigger release. And so I would move that up probably. And this is not really that expensive either. So you couldn't say, well, there's the cost value, blah, blah, blah. Explorer is way down here, Eros way up there. Not really. But this is ultra versatile, really easy to wear, nice compliment factor, good fragrance overall. And according to AI, it is above all of these. What is also above all of these is number 13, which is Hawass from Rasasi. Sweet and aquatic with a high compliment factor, offers great performance at a reasonable price, providing excellent value. All of that is true. And it does smell a little similar to Invictus / Invictus Aqua. Came out after Invictus, but before Invictus Aqua. So it's like Invictus with a twist. That made it smell kind of similar to Invictus Aqua. And that's one that has gotten considerable hype over the years. It kind of comes and goes in waves, you know? So like on YouTube, it would be like, oh, heavily hyped. And then people stop talking about it quite as much, but you know, a lot of people still love it, still talking about it, still wearing it. And then TikTok, oh, heavily hyped. And it's like everything restarts all over again. I do find it interesting to have Hawass above Club de Nuit Intense Man and some of these others as well, but it's a staple. I mean, it's been very popular for a long time. You can't take that away from it. Number 12 is Dylan Blue. Versatile and mass appealing with a modern scent profile, good performance and value make it a solid choice for everyday wear. And honestly, Dylan Blue is a really good fragrance. It's a solid blue scent. It has nice quality. It doesn't cost that much. It is a compliment puller. So there's a lot going for it, but sometimes it doesn't get as much respect. Some people view it as like a second-rate fragrance, but it's really not. There are definitely some fragrances below this in this list that I would have above this one, but I'm not too upset about the placement here. Number 11, Le Male Le Parfum. An updated take on the classic Le Male with stronger performance and modern appeal, high compliment factor and good value for its quality. So a little more love going to this one over these back here. And this is a solid fragrance. I love this. I know a lot of you out there love this, just barely outside the top 10. And what comes in 10th? Sauvage Elixir, a richer, more intense version of Sauvage with exceptional performance and quality. Ideal for evening wear, it offers depth and longevity, justifying its higher price. This is where things are gonna get iffy, because pretty much every fragrance from this point is a heavy hitter. So you see Sauvage Elixir at 10th and you're like, what can come above that? And then there are gonna be a lot of really popular fragrances after this one, where you could see, you know, any person might rank it this way. But this top 10 is gonna be just stuff that most people realistically probably would shuffle around one way or another. So like I said, it's kind of iffy. Every single one of these fragrances in the top 10, you're gonna recognize, everybody's gonna know them. Realistically, you probably know all these also. But you're gonna be like, oh, okay. You just may not agree with the ranking, how they put it there. Sauvage Elixir for me, 10th? No, I'd have it higher, but it is what it is. 10th place, that's not a bad spot. 9th, Spice Bomb Extreme. Unique, spicy, and sweet scent, excellent for colder weather, high compliment factor, and strong performance. Its originality adds to its appeal. Originality, I mean, it is a flanker. It doesn't smell the same as Spice Bomb, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know if you can give it too many points for originality if you're docking some of these back here, you know, saying they're maybe not original enough or something. I wasn't implying this one when I moved it. I'm just saying. It is a great fragrance though, great performance. Love the vanilla that's in there. The spices are super appealing, great for winter. Number 8, Acqua di Gio Profondo, and it's the eau de parfum, not the parfum. A modern aquatic scent that is versatile with a high compliment factor, good longevity and projection make it suitable for various occasions, offers a fresh take on the classic Acqua di Gio. I'm not gonna argue with any of that. I love Acqua di Gio Profondo. I think for me, I would do more hand wringing in this list, like making it myself, because I love Acqua di Gio Profondo so much, I'd want to put it up toward the top, but then I'd be like, but has it had as much impact as this one that I don't like as much? And it would become a whole thing where I'm like, well, how do I rank these, you know? Like, what do I give more weight to? Number 7 is Le Male Elixir, a superior, newer release offering a modern twist on the original Le Male. High performance and complement factor without penalizing its recent arrival. Provides good value and stands out for its quality. And I think this is the only one where ChatGPT said that, like not penalizing it for its arrival time or whatever. So I do wonder if I didn't have that in the whole write-up that I did, like, hey, here's how you're ranking them, like these are your qualifiers or whatever, if it would have brought that down here somewhere. I don't know. Out of the 4 Le Male Le Beau fragrances in this list, that would probably be my highest ranked as well. So fair enough. Number 6, Terre d'Hermès Eau de Toilette, the original. A classic mature scent with earthy and woody notes, its originality and high quality have made it a staple in men's fragrances, suitable for those seeking something distinctive. And this is one where I know a lot of people are gonna see that ranking and they're gonna know, yeah, Terre d'Hermès, you know, modern classic, this, that, and the other thing, right? But they're gonna go, I don't really like it though. Because I've spoken to a bunch of people over the years who have said, you know, I appreciate it for this or that, but I don't like it, I don't wear it. I personally really do enjoy it. I do like it all the way through. I like the opening, the mid, the dry down, the flintiness, the earthy orange aspect, the dirty orange. I like all of it. But this is one where I think for a lot of people, if they're ranking this solely on, you know, how much they like it, they're not taking into account the impact, this, that, the other thing, then they would probably move this further down. But for me, where it's at, I'm okay with that. Number 5 is Dior Homme Intense. Sophisticated and elegant, featuring a unique iris note that sets it apart. High quality ingredients and longevity make it ideal for formal occasions. Its originality has influenced many other fragrances. There's definitely fragrances that have come out after this one that have a similar feel to the iris that's in here, that's for sure. But those fragrances still kind of stand apart doing their own thing. They're not necessarily like making sales records or anything like that. Not that they should, because I want to keep it for myself and all of you guys. I really love Dior Homme Intense. I would have a hard time placing it anywhere below 3rd for my own taste. What would keep me from placing it at 1 is the versatility is not there compared to pretty much everything else here. It is a fragrance that you feel like you would wear in more formal occasions, special occasions. And you can wear it day to day in winter and stuff, but it doesn't feel as much of a day-to-day scent as a lot of these others, right? Dior Homme Intense, that's where it falls. Number 4, why Eau de Parfum? Some people out there just like, no, you can't put that above these other ones. What are you doing? So this was the explanation. A modern and versatile scent with excellent performance, High compliment factor and suitable for both casual and formal settings. Offers good value for money considering its quality and popularity. And just so you know, guys, you're seeing why Eau de Parfum here. Think about what you haven't seen. You probably know what's coming. So why Eau de Parfum in fourth? Third. It put in third place Aventus, a benchmark in men's perfumery offering a unique and high quality scent. Its originality at the time of release and exceptional compliment factor justify the premium price tag, has had a significant impact on niche fragrances. I would say has had a significant impact on, take the niche, throw that away, fragrances. I mean, look, you got Explorer in this list, which is a designer. You have Club de Nuit Intense Man, which is a cologne inspired by fragrance, the dupe. And then you have many other fragrances, niche, designer, clone, indie, whatever, that kind of fall in this wheelhouse, right? Now it is expensive, kind of egregiously expensive, but everything else is legit. High quality scent, versatility, compliment factor, all that stuff. Third place, I mean, I think if we're talking just straight up impact, I would probably have it first. Second place, Sauvage Eau de Toilette. Like, some people were freaking out probably about the why being up in fourth, and now they're seeing Sauvage in second over everything else here, and they're just pulling their hair out. AI doesn't know anything about fragrances. This is the smartest AI, dude. You don't want to go toe to toe with this, okay? It knows where you live. Skynet is real.
Hello, calories. It is nice to meet you.
This is what it says about Sauvage, a modern classic known for its fresh and spicy profile, extremely versatile with a high compliment factor. It revolutionized men's fragrances upon release, provides great value considering its popularity and impact. And to be fair, none of that's a lie. That is what it's known for. It does have extreme versatility. It is a big compliment puller. It did help revolutionize men's fragrances when it came out. It is the most popular fragrance in the world, so you have to give it points for that. This one and another fragrance that maybe you know of has kickstarted an entire style of men's fragrances that became the most popular style on the planet. So second place. In first place, number one, numero uno, Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. A highly versatile and sophisticated fragrance suitable for any occasion. Its mass appeal, high compliment factor, and lasting impact on the fragrance industry make it a top choice. Offers excellent performance and justifies its premium pricing with quality. So that's the other fragrance that really helped kickstart in a big way the whole blue fragrance wave, Bleu de Chanel. Technically the Eau de Toilette, but the Eau de Parfum is the one that people gravitate towards the most. And reading through the explanations there, it really looks like that the impact it had on fragrances was weighed pretty heavily, or the impact the release had. So for some of these down here, according to ChatGPT, it didn't have as much of an impact on the fragrance community, the fragrance industry, and these ones did, and so it kind of move them up the list. At least that's how it kind of looks to me. Now, while I would probably put Aventus at the top, just as far as what it has done, Bleu de Chanel has to be up there as well. And I would have Bleu de Chanel above Sauvage and above Y myself also. So fair enough. And I'm not saying that I think Bleu de Chanel is always superior to Sauvage or Y. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying Bleu de Chanel was the first really big blue fragrance that really caused these brands to say, we need something that can compete with that. If this didn't come out, these may not exist. And so for that reason, I have to put this one kind of above. It's like the daddy, right? So there we go. That is what ChatGPT considers to be the ranking of the top 25 most popular. If it had to rank them from worst to best. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.